Asake approached Dr. Fred with another request, a butt lift that promised the perfect hourglass figure. Despite Dr. Fred's initial reservations, he agreed to perform the surgery. However, the operation did not go as planned. In the vibrant city of Ibadan lived a young woman named Asake. Her beauty was renowned far and wide. Every glance in the mirror reflected her beauty, and many men sought her hand in marriage. Asake grew up in a loving family, but her dreams were influenced by the other people's admiration. Despite her stunning looks and graceful demeanor, Asake felt incomplete. She yearned for the flawless figure she saw in magazines and on social media. She wanted to be perfect. Asake heard about liposuction, a popular procedure in modern medicine. She found Dr. Fred, a renowned surgeon in Lagos, and decided to undergo the surgery. The procedure was a success, and Asake's confidence soared. Encouraged by the results, she set her sights on a more daring transformation. With newfound confidence, Asake approached Dr. Fred with another request, a butt lift that promised the perfect hourglass figure. Despite Dr. Fred's initial reservations, he agreed to perform the surgery. However, the operation did not go as planned. One buttock was considerably bigger than the other, leaving Asake devastated. Dr. Fred delivered the heartbreaking news. The error could not be corrected without risking her life. Asake was left to live with this glaring imperfection. The asymmetry became a source of shame, and Asake found herself the target of cruel jokes and bullying whenever she stepped outside. The emotional toll was immense. Asake withdrew from society, hiding her once celebrated beauty. Her friends and admirers, who once celebrated her beauty, turned into our worst critics. The isolation and constant bullying broke her spirit. The larger buttock began to show signs of infection, eventually becoming rotten. Despite medical interventions, her condition worsened. Asake's life became a daily torment of unbearable pain and humiliation. Our family, especially our mother, Mama Asake, and our childhood friend, Bewaji, stood by her. But even their support could not alleviate her suffering. The infection spread and her health worsened rapidly. The physical pain was matched only by her emotional agony. Desperate for a solution, Asake and her family sought out traditional healers and spiritual guides, hoping for a miracle. The community divided on modern medicine and traditional practices offered a mix of sympathy and skepticism. Every visit to a healer, every prayer offered was a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak reality. In our moments of solitude, Asake reflected on her decisions. She remembered her childhood, the innocence of simpler times, and the genuine smiles she once wore. Mama Asake would often sit with her, sharing stories of their ancestors, reminding Asake of the strength and beauty within their lineage. These moments brought fleeting peace to Asake's troubled heart. Our mother's stories, filled with love and tenacity, offered Asake a brief respite from her suffering. The community's response to Asake's plight was mixed. Some women, inspired by her bravery, formed support groups advocating for natural beauty and self-acceptance. Meanwhile, others, influenced by the growing allure of modern beauty standards, continued to seek out similar procedures, undeterred by Asake's tragedy. Public debate on the safety and ethics of plastic surgery began to surface, marking the start of a broader societal conversation. Our story sparked a movement, a call for natural beauty, and a reminder of the perils of chasing perfection. One fateful night, unable to bear the agony and shame any longer, Asake succumbed to her condition and passed away. Her tragic end was a stark reminder of the dangers of chasing unrealistic beauty standards. The community mourned her loss, and her story became a somber warning to others, inspiring many to rethink their perceptions of beauty. This story is a cautionary tale about the risks associated with butt lifts and other plastic surgeries. Women should be aware of potential complications, including asymmetry, infections, and even deaths. It is crucial to prioritize health and well-being over societal pressures, and to understand that true beauty comes from within. Asake's story reminds us that in pursuing beauty, we must never lose sight of our health and self-worth. Let us celebrate our natural beauty and cherish our unique qualities. Remember, true beauty is timeless and lies within. Thank you for listening. Kindly watch my next video on how a young man broke the curse in his family. Please like and subscribe to this channel to see my weekly video on Folktales.